Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. It's Money Friday, the day before fights. We're about to give you some predictions, some locks. We're about to get it in. Um, Thanks for tuning in with us. It's a pretty good fight week, and we're gonna try to pick what we see, what sides we're leaning on. We're gonna see. We're gonna make you guys some money. We're gonna try to. So
Yeah, so one fight separates us through 6 weeks. That's pretty
wow.
wild.
What,
Yeah,
what are the records again?
overall records being 76 and 41 for me, and 75 and 42 for you. So
Damn.
we're still about at around the 2 out of every 3 fights, around that percentage. It's not bad. But yeah, I like the odds this week. They're not as wide spread as last week. We got some actual close pick'em fights, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
A lot of the fights I think are good matchups on this card. The only one that I don't know that comes to my head like off the rip that I don't think is a very good matchup is that the Mongolian murderer versus Jay Perrin. That's the only one I don't really think that's that good of a matchup, like in terms of stylistic, because Jay, kind of a decision fighter, unless he gets a submission, he doesn't really finish.
I got a question. What do you think is the best matchup?
Let me go through them real quick.
I'll tell you what I think after.
I'd say I think the best matchup might be on this card might be either. I really like Tybura versus Romanov. I also really like, obviously, Leon and Usman, but I kind of want to see the Jose Merab. I think all 3 of those are really good matchups.
I'm gonna count that last one. That's my favorite matchup of the night.
I think that's going to serve as a really good matchup. Yeah, but I guess let's get done with the intro. Start breaking down some fights. Yeah, so I'll let you go ahead, Stacey, since I'm already at the times. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. So starting off the night, we got Daniel da Silva versus Victor Altamirano. This is a good fight. El Magnifico versus Daniel Miojo da Silva. Yeah, man, you got a Brazilian going against a Mexican right now. Like I said, I stated this, I think Wednesday. I said I had Daniel da Silva the last fight. But I don't know how much that was of me just not liking Figueiredo in that matchup. I thought Silva was going to be too much, but turns out he got caught by a really kind of low-level knee bar from Francisco. Not taken away from, what he did, Francisco.
He just kind of put himself in a bad situation.
Exactly. If you had that, wrestling and grappling IQ, you would know not to do what he did, essentially. But, yeah, man, I'm honestly leaning the side right now of Altamirano. They both look really good on the scale, although I think I'm going to base this off the fact that I think Altamirano is better in the grappling exchange, one. I think that he'll style up well in the striking matchup because he got a 70.5-inch reach. You got Da Silva at 70-inch reach. So, and their body types are very similar. And I think that Victor is more of the point person. He knows how to win a fight. He knows how to get the decision. He looked good in that Contender Series debut. Lost his first fight in the UFC. But I think I'm going to bank it on Victor Altamirano to get his win back in the UFC and get his name in there over Da Silva. Give me Altamirano probably decision.
Yeah, I like everything what you just said there. The IQ of Da Silva kind of worried me the last time we watched him fight. It's just, unless you get you get put in a knee bar and you have a heel hook specialist like Ryan Hall or something like that, where they're just attacking your legs by a submission. It's kind of difficult to win, especially if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure he was doing decently well in that fight and possibly winning, and then he got in the knee bar. So the IQ thing scared me. So I'm going to take the side of you, like you said. I'm going to take Altamirano, and I think he gets it done by decision. I think his cardio, I think his output, I think he might shoot for some takedowns on him, and he's really just going to control the fight, I think, wherever it goes. I'm not sure how much knockout power De Silva has, especially at flyweight. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be a decision fight, unless Altamirano probably takes his back or something like that. But
yeah, I can see Altamirano with the submission. Definitely.
I think I'm going to go Altamirano by submission round 3. That's my prediction.
I like that.
Not really sure if it does. I think I'm leaning more towards the decision, but I think just on my gut feel, I feel like a submission happens in the first fight of the night. So yeah, I think we're in agreement there. Altamirano is just kind of going to control more of the grappling exchanges, and that's what's probably going to lead him to a win over this. Because like you said, their body type's about the same, their reach about the same. I don't see one having a significant edge in striking over the other.
Strength or
strength.
Anything.
Like you said, it's going to come down to who has more technique and IQ in the grappling game. So yeah, I like Altamirano there.
Nice.
All right, so next fight of the night, we got the Mongolian murderer, Alec. How do you pronounce his name, Stacey, again? You do.
I think it's Aori Qileng.
Aori Qileng. So, Aori Qileng versus Jay the Joker Perrin. Jay has good jiu-jitsu, especially working his way to that rear naked choke. But I think that's all. I think that's all the danger that he has. I like Qileng on this fight. I think he has the significant striking advantage. I think his punches are going to be good. I think his kicks are going to be good. He might even go to the ground and wrestle and control wrestle him if he gets on top. I think he can do well and succeed there. J-Man, I just think he has to find a slick submission. I don't see him really piecing Qileng up. I really just don't. And I can possibly see Qileng getting that knockout shot. But I think this one's going to go to a decision. And I'm going to take Qileng, Aori Qileng by decision. Just based on striking, and I think unless Perrin takes his back, that's the only chance I see for the path for him.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you, man. I think that Jay the Joker, he obviously has some jiu-jitsu in his game. I think his path of victory is taking this to the ground and out-grappling the Mongolian murderer. Tiring him out.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you can pull this up for me. Can you look and see what his submission finishes are? I'm pretty sure all of his finishes have come by rear naked choke.
Yeah, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 4 rear naked chokes. He got a guillotine in Bellator.
See what I'm saying? It's really like a rear naked choke, or he's not going to finish you. And I just think that experience comes in. But go ahead, what you were saying?
Yeah, I just think the Mongolian murderer, I think he's going to come in with a lot in this fight. And in all actuality, I kind of see this going, what is the under? Over under?
I can check real quick.
2.5. I think that.
Yeah, 2.5.
I like. A lot of people are picking the over, which I'm kind of shocked about. Because I really kind of don't see this going over. I mean, if it's favored to, if Aori Qileng does good and he actually goes in there and like he usually does and literally acts like a Mongolian murderer, just ready to take somebody's head off, I think Aori Qileng can end this fight. Because I don't know how much Jay has in his striking, actually, but I know Aori Qileng is the type that will pressure you, put you on the gate, throw bombs at you, and you just got to outlast these bombs. I don't know if Jay's going to go and just try to grab him.
And his cardio isn't bad.
His cardio isn't bad, especially when it comes to striking. Like I said, I don't know if Jay does it smart, takes it grappling. It could change up the whole pace of the fight. But I don't know, man. That under is a little it's a little tempting because of the fact that it's plus money. It's plus 161 on my book. So
yeah, I got that plus 155 on mine. It's tempting, but I also can, that's going for 2 first finishes of the night. That's sketchy already because I don't know if that first fight's going to be finished. I call for it by sub. If that happens, I don't know. I mean, hopefully we have a lot of finishes as always.
I mean, the first fight can go either way. You know how those fights go. It's either, but actually, like you said, the under on that fight at 2.5 is favored at minus 212. Not to go back on that fight.
I feel like that might go under.
One of those are going under. I don't know which one. One of them.
Yeah, but I like both under takes there. Like I genuinely believe I can see both finishes happening. Some of the higher level fights, these are kind of the matchups that aren't very good. I would say, like Perrin, like I was talking about, I don't think it's a very good matchup for Perrin at all. But I don't know. He could surprise me. And that's why it's the line's so close. So
he could do something. You don't know. Yeah. He's one of those dudes that will just fuck up your parlay like in a snap. Like you'll think everything going good, and then he ends up grinding out a victory. So
yeah. So all right, next fight on the card. Yeah, we got Amir Albazi versus Francisco Figueiredo. Line looks like it shifted a little bit more towards Amir. Yeah, man. Amir, I said it Wednesday, Amir is going to break this guy in probably the first 2 rounds. I just don't think Figueiredo has the wrestling. He doesn't have the strength this guy does. This guy looks like a freaking little muscle hamster, just jacked. But yeah, he's got all the tools, man. I think he needs to work on his striking some, but the good news is Figueiredo really doesn't have high level striking. So if anything, he's got some decent jiu-jitsu. But I think that control wrestling and that ground and pound is going to come in a major way. I think this one's definitely going to be a finish. I don't know about the first 2, like we said, but I got this one probably finishing the first or second round. So I'm going to take a knockout here. I'm going to go with a ground and pound from Amir in round 2.
I like that. Yeah, man, we got Amir the Prince. Man, I'm just not a fan of Francisco. Like, I just don't think he's very high level. And it's not me just being biased, it's just from what I've seen. Like, I'll pick a low-level fighter if I feel like he's good in the matchup or if I feel like he has a potential to win. But I just don't. I think this is a big call from Francisco. If he wins this fight, he's proven something here. You know what I'm saying? He's showing that he's not that low.
Well, he's getting an 11 ranked fighter. He's getting the 11th ranked fighter. Yeah, this is huge. Amir,
I looked at him on the scale. This dude's ripped. This dude's way more ripped than Francisco. Francisco is a very small, type of guy. Yeah, man. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be a
knockout. I could see him arm triangling him and just squeezing the life out of him.
This is what I see. I see they're going at it, striking. Amir ends up maybe cashing him with something, but Francisco is throwing. Francisco ends up feeling overwhelmed, so he shoots. He gets either reversed or stuffed. From there, Amir Albazi is going to look for a submission, and it could get extremely dangerous and probably finish.
So you're calling maybe a Darce, or you're calling he gets stuffed and flipped into top mount and just gets beat?
Bro, a Darce, an anaconda, guillotine, get back sitting, rear naked. I feel like he's going to have his way. I feel like he's going to be stronger than Francisco, and I just feel like he's the fighter that's on the up and coming. So I'm going to take Amir in this fight.
For me, we both have the same way, but my thought about how this plays out is Amir is going to kind of feel disrespected that he's getting an unranked fighter at 11. So he's going to really make a statement and come out and be like, this is just insane. Why are you guys putting me against unranked guys? I think he's going to be on
all he fought was Malcolm Gordon and Zalgas. And, he had, he had some challenges, but he still has to make a name. He still got to make a name for himself.
Both of those dudes, I think, can beat Figueiredo.
But like I said, I think he's still got to make a name for himself.
Zalgas was a good win. Zalgas is a good win.
Yeah, because Malcolm Gordon, I feel like Francisco could potentially do something there, But
yeah, he needs to prove himself. I'm just saying, why not give him another 14 or 13 or 12? Why not? It feels a little disrespectful for a guy to be at 11 and still have to fight Figueiredo when this guy should be on the come up as well.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so I think we both got it kind of going that way. Just maybe seeing it play out a little bit differently. You like more of the sub after the hands. I think it's just going to be a pressure, get them to the ground, and then let's just see what happens from there.
I like that.
So that's the early end of the early prelims. Good fight starting off from two prospects that could potentially be prospects in the UFC. AJ Fletcher and Loosa. You want to go on this, Stacy? I kind of want to hear you.
Yeah, sure. I'll start. I'll start on this. AJ the Ghost Fletcher versus Ange, the Last Ninja Loosa. Alright guys, I'm not going to bet too heavy on this. I like AJ in this spot. I really like AJ Fletcher. I like the pace that he brings. I like his cardio. I like his wrestling. I like everything he has. I like his attitude. I think he's going to be something in the UFC. And I don't think Ange is that much of a hard fight for him versus his first fight, who is Semi the Jedi in the UFC. So, and he lost by decision. He can definitely take Ange. Ange is a big, muscular dude. So, I see AJ grinding this dude out. I don't even see him striking with him. I mean, he can, but I don't think that's the smartest path. I see AJ just grinding this out, wrestling him, tiring Ange out. And then potentially, if he gets Ange tired, then I see the striking start coming into play. Then I think AJ will start taking off. But I'm feeling the submission artist tonight, man. Not submission artist, but all the people that can submit tonight. I'm on their tail right now. I don't know if I'm gonna change up later down this card, but I don't know if I'm calling for a finish here. Fuck it. It's gonna go over, I think, but AJ can potentially get it late, a finish. So, yeah, give me AJ, bro. I'm tiring out the big muscular guy. But, like I said, I'm not betting heavy because all I feel like it takes from Ange is going to be one of these unknown dudes that just will cap AJ, just in the jaw, and just, knock his lights out. It just make me mad. So fuck up my parlay. So.
Yeah. So, how I'm feeling about this, pretty much saying I'm not feeling too great about the odds just because obviously Ange has power, because I feel like that's why the line is so close, is that power neutralizes the line. I feel like this honestly should be, if you wanted to look at it technically, AJ should probably be like the minus 250 to 225 favorite. If he didn't have so much power and AJ wasn't so hittable, that would be the line. I think AJ is going to be smart here because he got in a war last time he fought. And I think he's going to be way smarter with how he approaches this, especially with a heavy hitter like this. I can see Ange possibly going wide with some of his shots a little bit later into the fight. I'm not sure where Ange trains out of. I'm thinking that AJ probably has the better training partners for this fight, honestly. So I'm going to go with AJ here just straight. I do not know if it's going to be a finish or not. I would hope. If AJ fights smart, like I said, he should not look for the finish and just let it come naturally. And hopefully that's how it occurs. So I'm just going to take AJ straight. I love the line here with him at, what is he at on your book? I think he was like 160. He was
minus 158 or some shit. 158.
Yeah,
he's 158.
So, yeah, I got him at 152. I got him at 152 right now. That might be a straight bet I take on the night for sure. But yeah, I'm going to lock that in right now. It's just AJ Fletcher. I'm not going to take a round. I'm just going to say, hopefully he takes it to decision and doesn't get clipped by Ange, because that, I think, is the big neutralizing thing in this. Just if he can weather the storm in round one, he'll be good.
I agree.
All right, moving on to the next one. Who we got, Stacey?
We got Sean. We got Sean, the sniper, Woodson versus Luis Saldana. Great fight. I think both these kids are very talented. Look, I sound like Dana saying these kids. Yeah, I think both these.
I'm way older than you.
Right, I know. These kids, but yeah, I think these dudes are really talented. We saw Luis Saldana get a good win over Bruno the Tiger Souza, the jiu-jitsu artist. And then we saw Sean Woodson be a sniper and snipe Colin Anglin and knock him out with hooks to the body, put him on the ground.
And you like Colin Anglin. You like Colin Anglin.
I do like Colin Anglin. Man, I always say this. I always say this. I think Sean Woodson's build is very good, especially in featherweight. I think this is a very good weight to be long and lanky in. I think you're not going to go against too many like yoked-ass people. You're not going to go against a lot of strength, I would say. Sean definitely has an advantage.
That's what makes Volk so special, bro. That's what makes Volk so special, is that he is so strong at that weight and so fast. Like he's
the only one not really like of that stature and everything, and to be that dominant. I think I really like the plank here, man. Sean Woodson. I think that he's just going to be long. He's gonna throw kicks out there, but we know where he specializes, his boxing. He's going to go out there and try to outbox Luis Saldana, who's going to bring it back to him. And to be honest, what are the odds? I think this fight is a little closer than the odds depicted here. I think that any fan of Luis Saldana, or anybody that feels that, wouldn't look bad taking a stab at plus 277. But from a smart point of view, I'm probably taking Sean Woodson here. And I think he may... I know I'm calling a lot of violence tonight, man. I mean, but it's possible. It can happen. We've seen the other fight card that is just literally like 2 fights can go under. I just think this is a very good matchup. I think these two dudes are going to bang. And give me Sean Woodson by potentially knockout. But I'm not going too heavy on this, man. I think the odds just are not that good to be going heavy on.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this fight earlier, and I have that 14 parlay for 50 and Sean's in it, and I'm like, man, like, I don't know. I feel like Luis could honestly come out and surprise a lot of people, especially if he attacks Sean's legs early. I think that's the key for him to get the victory. Yeah. On the other hand, though, I think Sean's boxing is just on another level compared to Luis. I don't think Luis has the head movement I don't think he has the range that Sean does. Sean is really good at finding your range early and starts ripping to the body, starts piecing you up everywhere. Like you said, he'll let some kicks out there. But yeah, his takedown defense is good, so I don't expect Luis to try to really clinch him up. He's going to have to see Sean off the feet, and the only way I think he slows him down is by leg kicking him. If Sean can close the distance, like I was saying with that range, I think he should find a potential knockout shot here. I don't think I'm not going to call a knockout. It's kind of sketchy too, just in this weight. But yeah, because Sean, I think got it. Like you said, he finished Colin Anglin last fight too, so that'd be 2 knockouts in a row. I'm gonna go with Sean by a unanimous decision here. Probably takes 1 and 2, and then Luis is pressuring him in round 3 to get it done, but he just stays away. So I'm gonna call Sean by a decision here. I like him just to kind of cruise, and he should not have. From what I've seen, he should not have too much problems on the feet, too many. But Luis could surprise some people here. I don't like the odds as far as they are. I think it should probably be Sean Strickland minus like 250, 275, close to
Sean
300.
Strickland?
No, Sean Woodson.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I know. I just had to catch it.
Yeah, Sean Woodson minus 275, 250. This dude, Luis Saldana, probably should be around like plus 200, plus 175. I think the odds are a little bit too wide on it. But yeah, I like what you're saying. I think the boxing is going to do it for sure.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's see what fight we got up next. Up next, we got Leonardo Santos versus Jared Gordon. Jared Flash Gordon. Yeah, not much of this has changed for me either. I still like Flash here. Flash has got a lot of the better training partners, I feel like. Flash, I think, is a better overall well-rounded fighter in this. I think he can take this fight pretty much wherever he wants to take it if he decides to stand. It's really just going to be about his game plan coming in and how he wants to get the job done. If he doesn't get clipped by anything, or if he doesn't fall into a stupid submission, I think he should be able to handle whatever Leonardo throws at him, honestly. I like the odds here. I like this as a parlay piece. I'm taking Flash.
I like that. Yeah, man, I agree with you. I think Jared's going to bring a certain pace to this fight, and a certain pressure where he's going to make Leonardo Santos either throw shit that he just doesn't want to throw, or he's just going to make him second-guess himself, and then he's going to end up getting caught, or he's going to end up getting taken down and beaten brutally. It's going to be a violent night in my head, I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm seeing another finish, potentially. I think Leonardo Santos, I think Leonardo Santos is very hittable.
So
you got this man getting...
You calling 5 out of the first 6 fight finishes.
Hey, hold me to it. Hold me to it. Watch it. You got this guy getting knocked out. I'm not doing MMA math. He got knocked out by Grant Dawson with hammer fist. And then he got rear naked choked by Clay Guida. I see Jared Flash Gordon beating both those guys. And I like the way Jared fights. He's a very durable guy. He kind of has that like that Volkanovski build in lightweight. Like he kind of has that, like, you know, he's gonna go up there. He's kind of like a little stout. You know what I mean? But he's about to throw some power, grind you out, wrestle you. And he's training at Renzo Gracie, man. He has a submission if he needed it. He's better than this guy everywhere. Give me Flash Gordon in under 2.5. I'm not gonna call it. I'm just what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna say Flash Gordon under 2.5.
Like I said, I think you're in agreement. Like the game plan, it's just really whatever Flash comes in with. As long as he sticks to a smart game plan, he can finish it anywhere. He just doesn't need to do anything crazy to try to like get a bonus. Kind of like AJ Fletcher, just let it happen, and it'll probably happen.
Definitely. By the way, guys. I'm picking a side here in each of these fights, but you can listen if you want to that over under, but I'm just throwing out there what I think is going to happen. That's just what I feel genuinely. But I just want to put that out there. So you don't got to tell all of them. Trust me, don't tell them every under I got, because I don't know if it hit, but it might.
Maybe. Yeah. You could do the first 5. Remember that one night you could do like the first. You 5. Called them all. Yeah, you called them all. And that would have been like a 6 or 17 parlay. I was like, damn. You would have put it.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah, so, all right. So this is the last card on the prelims. I want you to go on this. I think I know where you're going. We got Marcin Tybura versus Alexander Romanov. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. I think I said it here Wednesday. My take isn't changing. I'm gonna take the sumo fighter here. I think I really like Tybura, but Tybura, he always has that chance, and I think this is a heavyweight fight, and they all have the power to do it. But do I think Alexander Romanov is a little too favored right now? Maybe he's a little too heavy right now in the odds. But I think they're giving him attacks just because he's been winning a lot, and I think he's undefeated right now. He has one loss in 2011.
He's undefeated in the UFC, right?
That's what I'm saying. 100%. Yeah. He's going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, about to be 6. Yeah, man. I gotta support my boy King Kong here. I think he's just a lot more skillful than Tybura. I think all Tybura has on his side is power and basic attributes of a UFC fighter. He has a pretty solid, a balanced UFC fighter. He has a solid wrestling base, good ground and pound. Do I think he's special in jiu-jitsu or anything? I don't think so. Where does he win this fight? Maybe striking. Maybe just out pressuring Romanov. But Romanov's big, man. He's big. He's talented. He has so many submissions in his arsenal. Give me Romanov. I'm not even going to say it here, people. I'm not going to say win. But just give me Romanov by something. I think Romanov going to win. That's what I'm going to say here.
Literally, I'm making check marks by every fight that you have a finish by. I'm literally...
Please, because I was tempted. So
but, hey, I will say this. I do agree with you in this fight for a finish. I do agree with you. So, I think Wednesday I was kind of leaning on the side of Tybura. I've swung back to Romanov. I think the dude's a little bit too dangerous because Tybura honestly isn't really a knockout artist. Like he does go to decision a lot and it makes it like technical. But I think this guy is such a technical savage that you don't want to be in there with him for 3 rounds. So play that I really like on this fight is the under 1.5 on this fight is like plus 170. I really think that Tybura might think his only chance might be to swing and bang with this guy immediately out the gate. And because I don't think like this guy is so good everywhere. He can submit you, he can ground and pound you. I think if you want to stay in the cage with him for 3 rounds, you're going to be really bloodied up. And I think Tybura, like you said, has the power. I think he does have that too. And I think that's what he's probably going to be thinking. Like, let me try to go in here, maybe throw him off, make him really work with the hands. And I think either a finish is going to come either way. So I like the under 1.5 on this. Like you said, I think the odds are a little inflated. Just a little bit. Not too much. They're just throwing that little bit of tax on them.
Yeah.
But I also might like Tybura by, if you want to sprinkle like a heavy underdog prop, I might like Tybura by knockout here. If he's going to get the job done, because I think he can clip him. It's a heavyweight fight, and both of these guys are really skilled. That knockout prop probably is going to be around like plus 400, I'd imagine. But yeah, I'm going to take, for the pick-wise, not going to go hard over head. I'm going to take Romanov here, and I'm going to take under 1.5 on this fight as well. Because I just like the value in that. I don't think a lot of people make it out of 1.5 with Romanov anyways, and especially when you throw in 2 dudes that are have a lot of pride and have a lot of power. Under 1.5 at plus money, I love it. So I'm going to take that. Go ahead, read off the next fight and getting these things written down.
So, starting off the main card, we have a light heavyweight fight between Tyson Pedro and Harry Hunsucker.
Let me just go ahead and put a check mark down beside this one as well.
Here you go. So, look, check mark. Look. Man, we got Tyson Pedro here. I'm telling you, bro. Put a check mark the last fight. Just put a check mark the last fight. Thank you. I was making sure.
I already did it.
Because, I even have to say it. Thank you.
If that fight goes to decision, Stacey, on the last fight, Tybura going to be one of the toughest dudes out. Or one of them will.
100%. But I just do not. No, he is not. I've seen him get rocked before. So. But, like I was saying, man, you literally have a fight right here in light heavyweight where the past, 10 fights of Harry Hunsucker has ended in the first round. That's the first thing I see, okay?
I'm not falling for this Sam Alvey's bullshit again, where I think that he's going to come with a fight. No.
The past 15 fights. Wait, I'm going to actually count. I'm just coming up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The past 11 fights, two of Tyson Pedro's fights went over. 1.5.
Okay.
Harry Hunsucker is first round or bust. I literally think nothing else of this guy. He hasn't beaten anybody good. I don't think he's highly skilled. Tyson Pedro is coming off he's coming off a win. He had 2 losses before that to OSP and Mauricio Rua. I think if he can knock out Hurricane Ike, I think Harry Hunsucker is going to come in with that. Literally, Harry's name, the Hurricane. Look, the Hurricane. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be a cannon. Yeah, it's written in the check mark. This is going under 1.5. Wait, what is the odds at? The odds are
probably
minus 300, 1.5, under 1.5.
Yeah.
Tyson Pedro is probably going to knock this dude out. I don't know when, but I'm not taking too long on it. Give me Tyson Pedro by knockout.
I think that's the best bet. I'm honestly probably not going to bet on this fight. I might throw down $20 on Tyson Pedro by knockout, but the line is so inflated, and I think it's going to be a first round or bust fight. Like you said, Harry honestly could knock him out. I don't think he would.
He
could, and it really stunned me. But I'm going to take Tyson Pedro, like you said. I don't think that there's not much to talk about here. It's really just who's going to get clipped first and who's going to be able to withstand more punches. And I think that's going to be Tyson. I think Tyson has probably more power. He's a younger guy, if I'm not mistaken, by a few years.
Tyson, 30.
Yeah.
Harry, 33.
Yeah, so by a few years, he's younger. Yeah, like you said, Tyson Pedro by knockout round 1. I don't think it really goes outside of that. If it's not round 1, it's definitely round 2.
Yeah, it's one of the rounds. He's going
one
out.
of the rounds.
He's taking
one of the rounds. It's not going to decision. We'll just say that.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna take Tyson Pedro like you. Not gonna bet this fight heavy just because that I think is the only possible bet you can make that has value. So yeah. I'm gonna take Tyson Pedro knockout round 1.
I like that, bro.
All right, so now we got the one and only women's fight of the night. Yeah, the one and only women's fight of the night. This Lucie Pudilova,
yeah.
Pudilova, the Chechen girl.
Yeah.
And we got Yanan.
Yanan. Mulan Yanan.
Yeah.
Her name is Mulan.
Man, this one's low level as well. I honestly, this is another one that I don't really like. I think I'm gonna side with Wu here. I like Wu being in the UFC. I don't like this girl getting cut and come back. I think she's gonna have some of that fire to establish herself again in the UFC, which makes her dangerous. But Wu, she's at least been in here. I'm pretty sure Wu, she's lost her last couple fights, and she hasn't looked great. But I think she's going to rebound, especially with this girl who hasn't really fought high-level competition. What were you saying? Who she fought? I think she fought in, like, Octagon Prime. Was it Lucie?
Octagon or something, yeah.
Like, what is that? I don't know what that is and what kind of fighters they're putting out there. Seriously, I don't.
No, honestly.
So I'm just going to take Wu. I like the value at just plus money. And her being the active UFC fighter. Like I said, I might place one parlay with Wu. Besides that, none. And the over. I love the over. Whatever the over is. If you want to hammer the over, because I don't see a finish happening.
Yeah, I like that, bro. Like you said, we got a low-level women's fight here. Not too excited about it. I was watching the weigh-ins. I will say that Wu is a little cutie. I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of cute. But I'm not siding with the cutie here. I'm not siding with the cutie here. I'm siding with Lucie. I just think the UFC, like I said Wednesday, I think the UFC saw something in her, and obviously she earned her way back in the UFC. So this is her chance to prove it. Now, like you said, she could get tapped up by this seasoned vet in the UFC who's been in it a while. Who I would say is definitely like a little, I don't even know what to consider Wu. She's not even a journey.
I'm just saying, man. Like you're having a girl that was cut from the UFC come back in a time where she probably I don't know, when was her last fight in the UFC? Can you look that up for me?
Yeah, it was 2020, so 2 years ago.
So she came in. You're having this girl come back when she was fighting in the UFC, got cut when there was no fans. Now you're going to be on one of the biggest pay-per-views in the welterweight division for Usman to get his 16th win, and that in front of thousands of people. I'm going to take the seasoned vet literally almost purely off that. I don't think there's a lot that separates these two women. But, I mean, like you said, it's pretty 50-50. I think it's just that's a lot to put on a girl coming back. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people. The light is bright. The light is bright for that comeback.
My take on it, I'll probably just think, the way I'm seeing it, I see Lucie. I think she just she's been fighting for the past 2 years. She's been fighting. She's been busy. She's been active, and she's been winning. Where Wu, she could be complacent. She's been losing. I don't know if she's going to change up a game plan. She's a Chinese fighter. I'm not saying, oh, she's Chinese, I'm not bad. It's just the fact that I think she's one of those Chinese fighters that I think she's one of those Chinese fighters. Look, I think she's one of those Chinese fighters that really don't get the game, the how to win a fight. I just think she's one of those, and maybe it'll click this fight, but we see that Lucie could know. She could know that secret. Like you said, in Octagon, she could have been going against low-level talent, but I'm just going with who I see is winning, who looks better. And I think Lucie's going to come back, maybe stamp her name in the UFC again.
All right, well, we got to mark down which ones we disagree on just because our records are so close right now. We need to come back to it. I'm not talking about this Wednesday. If Lou loses, I'm not talking about it. I'm not telling you right now.
We know. Whoever watches is going to know.
But we will say, we're marking it down right here. This is one of the fights that we're separated on, and I'm going to leave it at that. All right, moving on to this next fight.
Ooh, wait, is this the fight that... Yes.
Yep. All right, so this is when the card starts getting really good on the night. And, man, Stacy, you flipped me at the end of Wednesday's episode to Merab, and now I'm back on Jose. so I'm going to take Jose, and I'm going to tell you why. So, I like Jose here by decision, first off. It's not a 5-round fight, so the constant pressure I don't think is going to be there, but all the fights start standing. I think Jose is going to have a significant striking advantage to Merab. Like, I think Jose is going to touch Merab up. Now, Merab trains with Aldo, and he trains with all these other high-level guys, so he will be ready for what Aldo can throw at him. I don't think Aldo's going to get him with a knockout or anything like that. But the one thing I do like is Aldo's chance within the 3-round fight. I think if it was a 5-round fight, it could get a little bad just because Father Time, the cardio of Merab, and that is significantly why I'm taking. I think Aldo can steal 1 and 2, possibly. If Aldo loses 1 and Merab gets a takedown in 2, it's probably over. But I would not want to see Aldo go into round 3 like needing a win, because Merab's probably just going to lay on you. But I'm going to hope that Aldo steals 1 and 2 immediately off the rip with the striking. I think when he's fresh, he's good enough to stuff Merab's takedown. Aldo's no slouch on the ground. We know this. He's not great, but he's not a slouch on the ground. Like, he won't probably just get beat or submitted if he gets instantly taken down. If he does, props to Merab. The other thing, Stacy, which really swung me back towards Aldo, you know where they're hosting a UFC main event coming up, don't you?
Brazil?
I think Aldo is going to be very motivated to get this win and maybe have his rematch with Yanan in Brazil. I would love to see that and have Charles on that card, have Burns on that card, and have Aldo on that card all at their peak, and then have Aldo go on another title run. Now, do I think he maybe beats Yanan? Probably not. But at least him being on that card, that is motivation, I think, for him to win this fight. To say, hey, I deserve to be on this Brazilian card. So, I'm going to take Aldo. I'm going to take a stab at the underdog. I was, like, you had me almost convinced for sure I was going to take Merab Wednesday. When I look at it, though, I think Aldo's got a really significant advantage in the hands. I really do. So I'm gonna hope that he can avoid the takedowns just for 2 rounds. Maybe not even 2 rounds. Just get enough striking done in the first round. Maybe get taken down late, but enough to still win it, and maybe edge it 10-9. Then stay him up on the feet, and then I think Merab's going to be in scramble mode, and he's not going to be able to scramble with Aldo. Like, if Merab's pressured into getting a finish against Aldo, that's bad. That's going to be bad for Merab. So, I'm going to take a stab at Aldo here.
I like that, bro. Yeah, man. I guess,
I'm already marking an X, because I know you're taking Merab, bro.
I'm a little corner here.
I know you're taking Merab. That Brazil thing is a good point. I'm sure. I don't know if you thought about that. That Brazil card. Aldo's going to go hard to get back in Rio. The King of Rio? The King of Rio.
Listen to me.
Go ahead. I'm done.
I'm in the corner here, man. I know. I'm backed up.
Man, all right.
I gotta go with my mind.
Faded too. You kind of faded too. You weren't as 100% as you were on Merab Wednesday.
Look. I gotta go with my mind, Chad. I gotta go with my mind over my heart here. And my mind is telling me Jose Aldo.
Oh!
And I'm on Jose Aldo because, one, Jose has a 90% takedown defense. It's going to be extremely hard to take down a person who has an anti-wrestling style, who literally, he is probably the best anti-wrestling style in that division. 2, I think Aldo is going to pace. He's going to. I don't think Merab's going to be able to take Aldo on the feet at all.
I don't think
Merab's going to be throwing. He's going to throw. He's going to be missing and overextending to try to get the takedown. And he's going to do whatever he can to get the takedown. And I feel like it potentially can end up being sloppy from him because Aldo is just going to give him too much on the feet. The only way I see Aldo, only way people have been wrestling Aldo and beating him is if he gets tapped up on the feet.
And backed up.
Tapped up. So if somebody's better than him striking or potentially on the same level and ends up catching him or something, that's the only time I see somebody getting him with the wrestling.
Bro, I'm pretty sure.
A 5-round fight.
This could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure I remember this. Jan, I'm pretty sure, even at one point wanted to took Aldo down.
Yeah.
Because
he
was like, I don't want to. Yeah, he's like, I don't need to strike. I can just take this dude down. But Jan, if Jan doesn't want to strike with you, that is very out of the ordinary for Jan to take someone down. So
I just think that Merab just doesn't have the striking capabilities to even compromise Aldo in any way. I just don't see it.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I came to my mind too. It flipped back to that takedown or bust. And if it was a 5-round fight, Merab's durability and stamina, I think, would really kick into play. I think that would be a really big deciding factor in a 5-round fight. But yeah, he's not at the championship level yet to where he can strike with Aldo, I don't think. And I don't think that he has, like you said, he doesn't have really a lot of danger other than getting him on the ground. And I think Aldo probably knows that as well. I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm actually going to pull out my eraser.
Yeah.
and get this shit off because I thought you were 100% taking Merab, but I guess we own the Brazilians tonight. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Hint for what's next. So now we have Paulo, the Eraser, Costa versus Luke Rockhold. I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, man, this is a banger. You got mad, older Luke Rockhold coming in
mad.
here. Mad. He's pissed.
Mad about fighter pay. Mad about healthcare.
He's mad about everything.
He's mad at the world. Not the sun.
He really wants to finish Paulo, probably. He probably wants to, not even finish. He probably just wants to beat him completely and show that he still has it. But it's going to be a hard test. Paulo's looking the fittest I've ever seen him. And he's also looking ready.
Got his special juice?
Got his special juice. You saw it at weigh-ins. He had the special juice on the side. Mad at USADA, saying, fuck USADA. Man, I think Paulo's going to go in there very like a brute, like a tank, and just straight walk down Luke Rockhold and potentially knock him out. All he needs to do is touch his chin one time, and he's going out like a light. And there's no question about it. Luke, what he has to do, if Luke uses his kicks, keeps Paulo range, maybe stays long with his punches, maybe even throw a couple takedowns in there after he confuses him with the kicks. It's the only way I can really see him pulling out a win here, but Paulo is just a brute, man. Paulo's going to go in there mad, too. He's going to be ready to put on a show. He's going to walk down Luke Rockhold, throw roundhouses to his body, going to throw overhands, throw uppercuts, throw body punches. Paulo's going to be mean in there, man. Give me Paulo. I'm not going to call around here, man. I'm going to just take Paulo straight here. What are the odds? 370? I mean, I'm taking Paulo straight because the 1.5 is sketchy because it can go either way. All that needs to happen is Paulo touch his jaw, and it's lights out. It's over. If Luke wins, he's winning by decision most likely. So give me Paulo.
Yeah. I think, I like that, dude. I'm taking Paulo here. I'm going to take Paulo by knockout probably round 2. Probably round 2 or early round 2. He honestly might do it in round 1. I'm staying away from that over-under because, like you said, it only takes 1. The problem with Luke is I feel like this would be a really good matchup, and Luke does have all the tools to beat Paulo. The problem with Luke is Luke also, like Paulo, welcomes the fight. He's not very technically sound like Izzy was, and knows that, the best way to fight this dude isn't to blitz in and really try to touch him up, is to let him kind of wear himself down, attack his legs, attack his other areas of his body, make him think about what he really wants to throw before he does. I think Luke Rockhold's going to have that forward pressure kind of like Paulo, and when that happens, I mean, not a lot of people beat Paulo when you're trying to move forward on him. Like, just he's a brute, like you said. He's going to walk forward. He's going to throw uppercuts. He's going to throw body shots. He's going to throw those hard-ass leg kicks at your body. And then he's also just going to probably walk you down for 5 constant minutes. So, and Luke, I don't think, is going to be smart enough to say, hey, I need to really stay on the outside of this dude and not let him back me into a corner. I think to beat Paulo, I think one of the things you must have is really good cage awareness, like knowing where you are in the cage before you get backed up. And I don't think Luke's going to have that. So I think, like you said, he's just going to get touched one time. I don't know what round, but Luke's going to get dropped. If this goes to decision, though, Luke's probably going to win because it just means that Paulo's been not able to really touch him up. Because I don't think Luke can deal with 3 rounds of Paulo touching him, especially at this age, and like not fighting this long. I don't think he wants that. So
I agree.
I'm gonna take Paulo by knockout. That's where I think the value is in this fight. I don't think 370 is good value for Paulo, just because Paulo can do some dumb stuff, man. Paulo can really do some dumb stuff, and but yeah, I like Paulo here by knockout. And probably happens early, not late. If it's late, I would be surprised if he does, because he's probably going to be behind, like you were saying. All right. So now the time has come, Stacy. The time has come for your boy. I'm going to let you introduce it.
All right. To start the main event of the evening, we have Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman, versus.
No, I'm sure you don't know what to do with your hands.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to tape him down. Like I'm gonna have to tape him.
During
this fight because I don't know what to do. Like, versus Leon, Rocky, Edwards. This is gonna be a banger, people. I feel like almost every single person probably has Usman here. Let's just be real. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I mean, I know all the casuals probably definitely have him, but I know experienced people are going to have him because Usman is Usman. Usman he's a wrestler at heart who has evolved to be a striker also, who has evolved his striking, who is a dominant champion, who has all the qualities, physical and mental, to be the champion. It's Kamaru. Like, that's who it is right now, and it's his show, it's his era. Comparable to GSP, he's trying to reach that level. That's how good Kamaru is.
Not even to GSP, to Anderson Silva.
Yeah, past GSP. Like, he's trying to surpass all the greats right now. And this will be a great challenge and great test for Kamaru and great showing for him to do it. Then, on the other side, we have the dark horse of the division. The one who isn't looked at. Who has all the talent in the world, who has fought all the best people in the world, but still is looked down on. There is one fight
that I would really like to see, honestly, for kind of a tune-up. I know it's not going to happen. Obviously, the fight's happening. I think Colby versus Leon would be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good fight.
That would definitely be a good fight. I just would want to see what happens. I honestly think the line would be close. Everything, like, their striking would be it'd be technical and fun to watch. For sure.
Yeah. But, back to what I was saying. I think, honestly, like I said, I don't knock anybody for who they pick in this fight. But I think I'm gonna take a chance with Lady Luck here. These are both my boys here. I like both fighters. Day one. I've been supporting them. I've never bet against Usman in my life. Ever. I don't think you've ever bet against
Leon. I don't think you've bet against Leon, or this will be the first time for either one.
So, I think right here, I'm going to take a stab on my boy Rocky. Leon Rocky Edwards. I just think that Leon has everything, all the technical and skill, all the technical skills and experience that he needs to upset Usman. I think it's hard for me to even say that right now, because we're talking about Usman, obviously. So, but I'm feeling this, and it could be my heart, it could be my head talking, but I think we're getting great value on a very experienced fighter in Leon at plus 275. I think that once they get in the octagon, it's going to look the odds are going to look very close. You're going to see it. And I think Leon's a better striker than Usman. And I think he can match Usman with the wrestling. Does he have the strength? I don't know. But I know Leon is a very athletic, fit person. I don't know if he has the strength. He's a wrestler too. So, and wrestlers have a different type of strength. So, I think that hopefully he can match up Usman with the wrestling strength, maybe stuff takedowns or stop him, because Usman's going to be trying to throw him in there and confuse Leon, because that's what he does. He throws you off with the fake takedowns and the fake, the feints, and then he'll clap you with the straight. And Leon's very clappable. He can get, not clappable, he's not very clappable, but yeah, he can get clapped. He can get clapped, right? If Leon loses his focus, and doesn't stay, he falls into the tricks of Kamaru.
Let me ask you this, because I think you know where I'm going, I think, on this fight, just because we've been talking about it so much. And we don't talk about any fights, but this was one of the fights that me and Stacey had circled on our calendar for a long time.
For weeks, yeah. We've been talking about this for months.
Yeah, man. How, like you said, you ended it, you said he's very clappable if he's not focused. How focused do you think is Rocky going to be for this fight?
I think he's very focused, because
I think this is going to be the best version of Leon.
He's been waiting to get this title fight. He's been waiting.
The best version.
He was supposed to get it last time, but he fought Nate. And this is his chance to show who he is, make the money for his family, and get back home to England with the belt. And he's going to be that quiet champion that just shows it with skill. You know what I mean?
So, like you were saying, Usman's chasing the greats. All the greats have one thing in common. There's only one dude that hasn't done this, and his name is John Jones, and he has not freaking lost. He has not lost when he hit his peak, and he kept going. And John Jones still might lose, obviously, down the road, but even GSP loses. Anderson Silva loses. You heard Kamaru talking to Brett Okamoto the other day, saying how this was his hardest training camp, mentally, spiritually, physically. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I know Leon's probably had one of his best camps coming into this fight. I know how focused Leon's going to be. Everybody in England says Leon's the best fighter in this division.
I've been saying it.
You've been saying it, and on the other side, I know this got to be hard for you, because your head is probably honestly thinking maybe Usman, but your heart really wants to say Leon, and that same thing cost you when you went against Glover, and you really knew it. You knew Glover was going to be the champion that one time, and that he didn't hold on to it, but you knew that he had what it took to become the champion that time. Yeah, dude, I smell a trilogy. I smell that if Usman even loses, I think he'll be back to fight Leon for a 2 out of 3. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think Usman is going to have the grappling advantage here. The thing is, what I'm hoping for, what Leon does that makes it interesting in this fight, is I hope Leon throws some elbows, like we saw in the video.
Check out his Instagram, by the way, if you haven't. He does that.
Yeah, so I think he's going to want to throw some elbows. I think he's going to want to throw some knees, and he needs to make it uncomfortable in the clinch for Usman when Usman gets that body lock. He needs to tap him up internally and work that body. And I think Leon has all the tools to do that. I don't think Usman is going to want to stand with Leon, specifically if Leon's on point. If Leon's on point, no one wants to stand with Leon in the division. He's got the knockout power, and he's going to have the speed advantage power for sure. So, yeah, if Usman, I think Usman's going to, he hasn't lost a step yet. This might be the first losing a step that Usman has. And it's not because that Usman's falling off. It's just because Leon's going to be that much more prepared. I think Usman might underestimate Leon coming in a little bit because he's already beaten him. This is going to be a way different Leon than what Usman saw the first time. So, that for that reason and the value of Leon, I'm going to take Leon, probably by decision. I'm going to take him winning. If I had to see this fight plan out, I'd probably say Leon wins round 1. Usman probably takes round 2. Leon wins round 3 and 4, and Usman might be having to be chasing Leon for a finish in 5 on the striking numbers. That's how I could see this playing out. I can see this being a very close fight, though, for the judges to score. So, I don't know. But yeah, those are my picks. Stacey, you got anything else to say? Add about the Usman Leon fight?
Good luck, Leon.
All good.
Let's go. Whoever's tailing with me, let's win some money.
Let's go, Leon. Let's go, Aldo. So who we have before we get off this right now? Who do we have disagreements on? Is it just
Pudilova? Yeah, and
man, that is.
Did you say an ass fight to be separated?
Yeah, but who else?
Yeah. I don't think we had anybody else.
I think it's just Lou, man. I think it's just Lou. So that fight, we're probably gonna. So hopefully, maybe Stacey can even up with me in the fights, or I might go up too. So, but overall, I think we're in agreement. And yeah, good luck, boys, and I'll see y'all outside the cage.
Peace.
Peace.